Alright, hey everyone, this is Nate and this is the Nader Tater channel. Alright, we are going to show you this 80-volt snow blower. Now this is not one of the plastic smaller ones that's really kind of like a toy. This one is a full-blown metal one that's really designed to replace the full gas-powered ones that you're used to. When this one has a lot of advantages I'm going to go over. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put it together real fast to show you. Obviously it comes in this box, so I'm not exactly sure how hard it will be. But they say it's easy to put together, so let's do that real fast. Then we'll go over some of the specs and features of it. I'm pretty excited to get this guy out and test it. Alright, you can see it is packaged pretty well in there. You know, it's got some protective wrap for anything where it couldn't potentially rub against things. And then it's got the cardboard protected sleeves around other objects there to help keep it you know, scratch free. So let's pop it out. Alright, it only took about 15 minutes to put together. It was pretty quick and easy. There's a couple things that I didn't know where they go, and that's these 4 extra bolts. They look like they're the same bolts that hold the chute control on. They were already on the chute itself, but it looks like they're extra ones they sent. And then I thought that this key was extra. This is typically the key you see in a gas-powered one that is like the safety switch, the safety key. And at first there's no place to put it, but then I found it. It's actually inside the battery compartment. There's a spot for it right here. This obviously is the big 80-volt battery. This thing is 6 amp hours, which is substantial. And if I look at it when it comes from the factory, it's at 3 bars out of 4. So that's about 70%, 75% charge. That's pretty typical for lithium-ion batteries when they're shipped. So this guy goes in there, and then it's ready to run. Alright, so here it is. It is pretty easy to use. The left one is what rotates your chute to left and right all the way. You can do that pretty easily. And then the right one is the chute angle, or the height that it goes up and down. And then we have on the left is really neat because it's actually the auger control, which is pretty typical, but also it has a little trigger on the bottom that's also the drive control, and that's a duplicate of the right side. So you actually only need your left hand to control this machine for both drive and the auger. So that's kind of unique there. Now, I thought that was going to be a unlock or something, so that's my only complaint I can tell right now, is it's always the locked axle, which if you know about snow blowers with locked axle, it can be a little bit more difficult to turn and maneuver since both tires have to be going the same direction without sliding. Other than that, you have a speed control that's a forward and reverse, and then you have a power button, and you have lights here that do kick on. So these are LED lights, which I'm sure will be nice in the winter time when it gets dark a lot earlier in the day. Alright, and regarding specs for the machine, you know, it's 24 inches wide, and then it can take about 20 inches or so deep snow is what they say that it can do, and that's probably about where the top of this guy is. And then it, with a 6 amp hour battery, it should last about 45 minutes of runtime. It takes 90 minutes to charge it with that charger, but 45 minutes of runtime, they say it can do a 300-foot long driveway that's 10 feet wide, or about 3,000 square feet is what it should be able to do. I'll be testing that out once the snow starts to fall. I'll make some more videos with this guy out there. But that, for I think most people, is plenty of snow clearing capacity for their home use. For me especially, I'm going to be using it a lot around my buildings, the garage, the sidewalk areas of my house, and then I actually have a really long driveway that's it's about 20,000 square feet of places that I clear snow, but I do a majority of that with a snow plow, and this I use for the tight areas or places I don't want to drive the big Bobcat. So I'm pretty excited for this. It has the rubber tires, which is good. You know, most of the machine is steel, like you would expect from a gas-powered one. The only plastic is really the trim, which is very typical. So, you know, to me, this is a equivalent of one of those typical gas-powered 24-inch snowblower. It's a two-stage one, so it has the main front auger as well as the propeller auger to get the snow up and out of the chute. So this guy should be ready to go for winter now, and I'll just top off the battery so it's charged and ready to go. Alright, so to get to the battery, you just open up this cover right here. This is that safety key they talk about. I'm just going to leave that in. I'll never take it out, but you could take that out if you didn't want someone like a kid messing with this when you're not around. And then to take the battery out, there's this little latch lever here that you just pop out, and then the battery pulls out. And to put it in, it's the same thing. You just push down until that locks into place. That's how you know it's secured in there. Now for the controls here, like I said, there are a couple things that are obviously different than the gas powered one, because you don't have to start it. You don't have to deal with that ever. Now to start it, once the battery's in there, you press this button, and you can see that the lights come on, green battery indicator. And now the trick to it is you only have 3 seconds. You see that light go off? That means it won't drive now. So on first startup, you press that button, you have 3 seconds to start the auger or the drive control. While you're snow blowing, you have 5 seconds of rest time before you have to push the button again. So that's a little bit annoying to me, but I'm sure that's for safety. Obviously it doesn't make any noise, you don't know it's on, so an accidental hit of these buttons later would cause a problem. Alright, so for me to go here, I'm going to press the start button. I get the green lights. I'm in full forward control, so I squeeze that button, and then it's going to go, and it kind of speeds up a little bit with time. And then I can squeeze this auger button. It's the same thing. Just a few seconds for it to spin up to speed, but that's nice because it's not that big jolt that you get from the gas powered one where it's just hard on off switch. Okay, but again, I don't even have to use that side. I can use this side and squeeze this trigger, and it will also go for me. So that's what's kind of nice there.